Hi, Chief. There you are.
How are you, Mrs. Beatty?
Not too bad. Just, I've got to started streaming live just because it takes me so long to get everyone going here.
No problem. Is that why we have this message?
Yes.
Very good. Then I will be a good boy.
I appreciate that. I need to find the share button.
Miss Beth, my cameras or my computer's telling me I'm viewing your screen. Is that what I want to view?
What are you seeing?
I'm just seeing a screen that says virtual Perry Township Board of Trustee meetings.
Yep, you're looking at my screen.
Perfect. So I'm where I need to be.
You are.
So how was your day?
Not too bad. Got a lot done.
Good. We did too. I mean, it was a busy day, but we did get some things done, so that's a good thing.
Good. How's everybody doing?
You know what I think? Well, I've been just overly impressed with the response from all of our guys, including our part-time folks, as we put out calls for help. I mean, every one of them has made themselves available and have stepped up.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'll tell you, they're
Surprising, but that's great.
so hopefully this all settles down here in the next couple of days, I hope.
Sure hope so. It's like there's too much stuff going on. Too much. Oops. Okay, so that's done. Wait, I've got too many windows open now. Now I can't see what I'm doing.
I'm sorry if I've distracted you.
No, it's not you. It's me trying to figure out what I'm doing without totally messing up everything else. So there we go. Okay.
Howdy, y'all.
Good evening, Mr. English. How are you, sir?
I'm fabulous.
Good. It was an absolute pleasure to meet your mom and dad yesterday, Andy.
Well, I got to tell you, we were pretty blown away. So,
You got a beautiful family, brother.
Well, we'll have to do dinner sometime.
Let me know when.
Andy.
Hey, hold on. I gotta turn on my light so you guys can see my ugly face. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Good evening, Mr. Roper. Oh, he's muted.
He'll get unmuted.
Still muted. Still muted.
Not anymore.
Oh, boy. There it is.
Hey, guys, we're all live right now, just so that I had enough time to get everything where it needed to be, so.
Okay. Wow, we even have a header board. We're making progress.
Yeah. Trying.
Evening, chat.
Hey, Andy, how you doing?
Good.
I was talking about you today. Your ears are probably burning. So,
Yeah, were you on that, were you on a phone call
Joe,
today?
you in on that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess more to come, but it was helpful to understand some options that all the parties have. So.
Hi, John, can you hear me?
Yep, I'm here.
Good. I was gonna suggest to everybody, if you would not like to see people see my hand up when I put the flag up, you can go to the bottom left of your screen and hit stop video. And then hit it again to get started. But it's totally up to you what you'd like to do.
How do I get everybody on one screen?
I think I've got mine shrunk right now because I've got a bunch of stuff running, but I think the top left, you should be able to see the gallery. There's a thing that says gallery.
Top left.
Sometimes there's something down here too.
At the bottom, it says participant 7.
Yeah.
Right back.
Okay.
Hello. Hi,
Hi, Ian, how are you?
good, you?
Good. Any luck, John?
Yeah, I don't know. My wife's trying to help me and she can't figure it out either.
There's
Oh, well.
there that it should say gallery view or mine says gallery view.
Hmm.
But since you're on your iPhone, maybe you're not gonna be able, the screen might not be big enough.
Slide over. There you go.
Ah.
But you're not going to see everybody, but if you keep sliding when
Okay.
somebody's talking, you can
Yeah,
see them.
all right.
Okay.
Gotcha. All right. That's better. Hey, Chet.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Hey, Andy.
Evening, how are you?
Good. The Jim up. Oh, Jim. Kim. That's what it says Kim. Because Jim.
I use my wife's iPad. It's much easier.
Okay, Kim.
How was your day?
Busy.
Busy.
Very busy. Lots going on. I can't see Mary.
She's got herself hidden right yet.
All right.
I'm not really seeing you either, John. I'm just seeing kind of a blur.
That's what I'm seeing, but I was hoping you were seeing something besides the blur.
Your thumb was very clear.
I think it's, maybe you got your screen flipped.
Oh, okay. No?
I see your computer screen now.
Oh, I see. Oh, it's the wrong way. Isn't that weird?
Turn your phone around, John.
There you are.
But now I can't see you guys.
On your phone where the camera button is, there should be a rotation icon. If you push on that, it'll turn your.
Brilliant. Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome.
Yeah, about 3
You
more.
guys didn't realize what a technological genius I was.
I know. That's why we hired you.
Genius.
Yeah, I did.
Chief, you've come a long way from a guy who didn't even know what Twitter was to now you're helping people with their technological issues. I mean,
Yeah. I learned how to
Great.
spell IT.
Hmm. There's Mary.
Whereas my computer clock is completely different from every other clock I own.
I noticed today that my computer clock was about 5 minutes slow.
Yeah, it's been like that for a few days.
We got about 30 seconds, I think.
Just a few more seconds, yep. Yeah.
We all set?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is Jim Roper, and we're going to call the June 1st, 2020 meeting to order. The first order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to
to the flag of the
United States of America
and to the republic
for which
for
it stands,
one
one
nation,
nation, under God,
indivisible,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next order of business, as always, would be the approval of our last meeting, which was on May the 20th, 2020. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Vote.
Yes.
Public comment. We were going to have Chief Zambito from Worthington Fire Department with us tonight. He no longer can be with us. Is that right, Beth?
Correct. He sends his apologies.
So we're just going to go into the main neighborhood reports. Number one is Brookside. Anything about Brookside?
Jim, the only thing I know to pass on, at the end of the month, Brookside will be hosting 2 days. I think it's June 25th and 26th, with food trucks in the neighborhood, kind of as a pre-4th of July event. There's a planning going on over there. It's really being handled and administrated by the Civic Association, but I wanted to let that everybody know about that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Yes, Chief, thank you for that. I was having a little trouble with my microphone. We do have 2 food trucks coming on Friday, the last Friday of the month, and the Saturday, separating them out to make sure that we don't encourage any sort of large gatherings. They will be in front of the school. One is, a food truck, one is an ice cream truck, just to celebrate Independence Day in a safe way. Thank you, Chief, for your support.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Worthington Hills.
Mr. Chairman, the Civic Association is sponsoring a little bit different kind of parade this year, taking off, I think, of the 6th grade graduation parade that the police were so, we appreciate the police taking the lead on in regards to making sure that the golf carts and the cars got around Clubview Circle safely. Again, this is a parade of cars and golf carts only. Civic Association, which is sponsoring the event, will be getting out additional information relative to how to participate. There'll be a registration process involved. We have worked with the Civic Association to ensure that that messaging includes all of the required social distancing, health and safety protocols. So there won't be any floats, there won't be any bikes, there won't be any vans or people walking in groups or anything like that. And we continue to encourage them planning the event so that all the protocol that's set out by the governor, Dr. Acton, is followed as a result of that event. That will be on July the 4th, I believe it would start. Chief, correct me if I'm wrong, around noon.
That is,
That day.
yeah, I believe that's the tentative start time right now is noon.
So there's more information to come, and we are having weekly calls with the Civic Association and Chief Petrosi and his staff to ensure that the details relative to safety and procedures are continuing to be followed. Chief, is there anything else?
Nope, I think that's it.
Okay.
Just Chet, if I might, never mind, I'll discuss that in a moment. Thank you.
Anything from Henderson Heights?
No, sir.
Anything else under public comment period? If not, let's move to zoning.
Go ahead, John.
I
Since
have
you're back.
Yes, I have nothing to report under old business unless someone has any questions about old business. Under, go ahead.
You want to go ahead and talk about, you have a schedule, I think that you and Beth have worked on a tentative schedule transitioning into your normal schedule, is that correct?
Yes. Yes. Basically, I think that Beth and I decided that last week I worked 2 days, and starting this week, I'll be working back to my usual schedule of 3 days a week.
Also, we're just kind of changing things up a little bit about what he's doing and when he's doing it, but just to make sure all the bases are covered and so on and so forth. But he's back out on his inspections and taking all the zoning calls and that sort of thing again. So that piece of it is up and running.
Anything else under zoning?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Road department.
Evening, board. I do not have anything on my agenda for this evening.
Fair enough.
Mr. Chairman, Ian, what was the result of, or did the Franklin County Sanitary Engineer get out to that site on Fairway?
Yeah, they were out this afternoon. They do not see anything wrong with the main sewer line right there.
Okay. That answers that. Thank you, Ian, for the quick response.
Well, no problem.
I did have one question, just a neighbor passing by, walking the other night. Is there a timetable for the repair on Greenside for that water main break?
Aqua last week had just contracted. They didn't send me the name of the contractor. He wanted to give it a couple weeks to settle to make sure there wasn't any more damage to anything under the road there. I will follow up with him tomorrow and see if he has anything more for it.
Yeah, I told him it was my understanding everything's been fixed. It's just sort of obviously the driveway and the part of the road and some grass and that kind of stuff, but that will all be certainly fixed this summer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he initially marked out an area. I went larger than what they had wanted to do. There was some more settling downstream from the water break. There was the curb, kind of the road, the edge of the road settled. I'm
Okay.
asking to fix that. And then the inside of that catch basin, they have to fix.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you think that'll be done this summer?
Oh, it'll definitely be done this summer. I'm
Yeah.
assuming here pretty soon. He just wanted to give it a couple weeks to settle before he had a contractor come in there and do the work.
Okay.
And Mr. Chairman, I'll put this in the contractor out to repair the driveway. But it was torrential rains that day, so the resident asked them to do it on a better day. So they got that back on the schedule. So probably within a month, they'll repair the driveway.
Okay. Anything else on the road department before we move on?
No, nothing else.
Fire and EMS.
No reports for either one.
Why don't we just, I'm sorry.
If you don't mind, I received an email from Aqua. The painting of the water tower is going to be delayed because of issues with their contractor until July 12th.
Okay. Chief, Police Department.
First, I just want to let the board know and thank both Worthington Hills and Brookside for allowing us to participate in a couple of, we don't like to call them parades because they're really not parades, they're more of a caravan. But we did a caravan for the graduating seniors in Brookside. We did one for the 8th grade or 6th grade in Worthington Hills. It's just a pleasure to kind of work with those folks and those kids and recognize their accomplishments. So thank you for allowing us to be a part of that. And since road department didn't ask for any money tonight, I think I will.
Chief.
It's that time of year where I have to renew our Lexapol account, and that cost is $7,062. So I would ask the board for a motion to approve the payment of Lexapol in the sum of $7,062.
I'll make a motion that we renew our contract with Lexapol in the amount of $7,062.
Second,
Vote.
Yes.
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 Thank you. I have nothing else on my agenda.
Madam Administrator.
Thank you. Just on a side note with the Lexapol, Chief usually puts in for a grant through Otarma for $1,000. So that defers some of that cost, and that should be happening here soon, I should think.
Yeah.
Under old business, the only thing I really have to make mention of is, we're getting closer with the transition with the IT services. I have, since it's been over a year since we got the initial cost for managed services, once Mr. Blees retires, I've asked them to revise that, make sure all figures are current, and I'll have that for the next agenda. If there's any questions or anything anyone needs to know while I'm going through that process, just, I'll take care of that. Let's see, the upcoming Board of Trustees meeting, just wanted to kind of touch base. Andy and I are going to kind of test out a virtual type. You want to talk about that, Andy?
Yeah. So Beth and I have been talking about how to continue these YouTube videos or Zoom videos as, we move back to, having the meetings at the township. So it'll allow the residents to, I think once we've started it, and we talked last time about improving them. So in order to continue that, one of the things that we have in our office is a thing called the Owl 360. So instead of setting up like cameras and things like that in the room, basically this thing sits and it's a 360, and it works very similar that whoever's talking will focus it in on. So I'm going to bring ours into the township, and then Beth and I are going to try it out to see how it works. So we may need a couple of you to be guinea pigs and set it up to see how it works, and if it meets our needs in the township. And hopefully, if it does, then we shouldn't need anything more, and we can continue these Zoom meetings.
Right. And I did go up and read up on it. The feedback, the reviews were very, very good on this particular product. So hopefully it will do what we need it to do. Thank you. The only other thing I have is in your packets, you have found information in 2017, 3 years ago now, the board decided to be part of the county program. It's an automatic renewal. And for this year, the Franklin County Board of Commissioners are giving entities the opportunity to opt out if they wish. They just are asking entities to let them know which direction you want to take. My recommendation is to go ahead and continue with this, simply because by being a part of this block grant program, residents and townships would have access to any monies that are and any benefits as far as like emergency repairs on the house or public service programs and small business loans. It also, how many entities participate also will determine how much money is coming into Franklin County. So I would ask the board to continue to make a motion to continue being part of this grant block program for the next few years, and then reassess after that.
What's the cost on it, Beth?
There's no cost to it. We're just
okay.
Right. Mr. Chairman, I'm making a motion to continue our participation in that program.
Second.
Vote.
Yes.
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 Okay, and that's all I have, unless anyone has any questions.
Hearing none, the last up on the agenda for tonight would be the fiscal officer.
Just one item. I'd request a motion for approval of payroll and disbursements.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second. Vote.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. We'll have to go to the tape on that. Any other business we need to discuss before we do a motion to adjourn?
Hey, just one question. When are we looking at, has there been any decision on like when we're going to start meetings back at the township? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I think Andy and I have been thinking about this and talking with Beth. I would propose that we would work towards a date of our first meeting in July. Morpsey has, we have weekly calls with Morpsey, and this was on our agenda 2 weeks ago in regards to transitioning back to the workplace. There's a lot of good best practices out there. It will take, however, some discussion with the department heads and the administrator, as well as staff, in ensuring that we are able to provide those services in a comfortable and safe environment. But there's surely enough information out there and good practices of other townships that have already done this. And I think it would behoove us to set at least a target date in July in moving towards that, if we could.
Yeah, I think the only thing we're going to really need to do is just spread out a little bit, instead of having, we typically have 5 people at the large table. We would probably have to have 3 at that table and move the other 2 to sort of satellite tables, much like the Mary and the chief have. But I think we've got the resources to do all that. Don't you, Beth?
I agree. I think it will start for the elected officials and myself, just because of the spacing piece to it. And then, maybe, as Chet said, have discussions with the department heads and see how we would add more. But I think that's the best starting place.
You know, the thing with this video conference, if it does work, because it kind of rotates 360, we could set up the boardroom in terms of maybe 3 or even 4-sided tables. So everybody can go around the table and then put this video conferencing right in the middle, and it will just kind of rotate. So as people are talking, and I think we can get more real estate and distance between people, and maybe include more people in at the meeting.
So is the idea that we would participate in person, and if residents or guests were going to participate, it would be via video, or are we thinking that we have room for the folks too?
That the way I would see it is, it would just be just the township folks, and then still allow the residents to be able to view the meetings and do it that way.
Right. And then we talked last time about expanding using the Zoom where people can do the chat.
Yeah, I mean, we have 9 to 10 of us at every meeting, and just with our space constraints, I think we decided to phase this in with us at first to see how that all works. Before we start inviting the public back in. But we should probably figure out a way so people can submit questions, that kind of thing, if they have questions.
Right.
But we
Hey, Michelle, I think we're getting some feedback from you.
yeah, it just stopped.
Okay.
I'm on mute, so I'm not quite sure what happened.
Yeah, as soon as you take it off of mute, you kind of get overtaken a little bit. Is there anything, Michelle, from you then, other than payroll and disbursements? Do we already do that?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else other than, I guess, our stated goal, which would be to have at least the 8 or 9 of us in person starting for our first July meeting. Anything else we need to discuss before we adjourn?
Nothing that I have.
Okay, we'll see everybody 2 weeks from tonight. Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Vote.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks. Have a good night, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.